Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. I'm really excited because today is launch day for the Pumpkinville quilt. So if this is a surprise to you, make sure you are following me on either Facebook or Instagram. I've been doing sneak peeks of all of my upcoming projects on those two platforms in my stories. So you do kind of have to be paying attention because I put them up in my stories and so they only last for about 24 hours, but I have been doing some sneak peeks on all of my upcoming projects there. But let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. This quilt behind me right here is my new Pumpkinville quilt. It is now live in my shop and I wanted to show it off a little bit to you today so you can kind of see all of its fun features up close and personal. So this quilt finishes at 78 by 78. It is a medallion style quilt, which I'm not sure if I've done one before. This might have actually been my first medallion style quilt. I'll have to go back and look. Medallion style quilt, if you don't know, is just something where you have kind of a center block and then you build out around that, as opposed to putting your quilt together in rows, which is probably a more traditional way. So this one is a medallion style quilt, which means it is square, like I said, 78 by 78. You can change the size of it fairly easily by either increasing or decreasing those outer borders. Now there's a lot going on in the middle of this quilt and we'll get to that in just a minute, but I did want to just show you the borders that I did. I went ahead and did something really simple for this because there's kind of so many things happening in the center. I didn't want to distract from that. So I just did a plain outer border. I did a really thin one. It's a 1-inch border in this really fun aqua color. And then I did a low volume outer border that's about 6 inches. Now, like I said, you can actually change out the sizes of those outer borders, or you could get rid of them altogether and make it smaller to fit your needs. The center, obviously, you can't really change because it all has to fit together in that medallion shape. Let's talk a little bit about the fabric before I go into the block details. So the fabric that I used for this is Fig Tree Cinnamon and Cream. I also threw in some of their fresh fig line as well. I love Fig Tree for fall fabrics. They always have the best oranges. And I always like to throw in a little bit of their aqua as well, which isn't necessarily a fall color, but kind of. There are blue pumpkins out there, and so I've always taken inspiration from those. So I've got oranges and greens and browns, of course, but then I did throw in that aqua for a little bit of added interest, and I love how it turned out. So let's talk about the blocks in this quilt. Now it looks a little bit more complicated than it actually is. And when I started making it, I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be too hard for people. But it actually came together quite easily. The blocks themselves are not super difficult. Now, just because of the amount of pieces in this quilt, I would probably label it as an intermediate quilt or maybe advanced beginner. The pieces themselves are not difficult at all. It's all traditional piecing. That said, there are a lot of pieces in this quilt. And there's a few small pieces as well. So I think just for that, it does deserve an intermediate level rating. So it starts off with a beautiful house block in the center. The house, of course, features a cute little pumpkin on the side. Now surrounding our center house, we've got a cute row of cottage houses, small little cottages, small pumpkins, and then of course I threw in some leaves on those corners just to bring it all together. I did do another round of outer border there just to separate the center of the quilt from the outside of the quilt, and it also gives something for those outside pumpkins to kind of ground to. The row of outside pumpkins are really fun. These are 12.5-inch blocks, and we've got a cute blue pumpkin with a leaf inside. We've got a patchwork pumpkin. We've got a larger pumpkin with a star in the middle, and then we've just got another blue solid pumpkin. And then, of course, I added some more leaves, one on each corner just to bring it all together. And then that brings us back to our outer borders, which, like I said, are fairly simple just to kind of frame everything and let that center of the quilt really shine. Now let's talk about the backing. I went ahead and dove into my stash for my backing for this one. So this is the aqua print from Fresh Figs. It blended really well with the front of the quilt, and like I said, I did want to use up what I had in my stash versus buying something brand new. So I'm not sure if you can still get that Fresh Figs print or not. I have seen some of them around. Check Etsy and Fat Quarter Shop for those. Now I did put this on my long arm, and of course I did some swirls and fun pumpkins. These were all free-handed, and so I just kind of wing it. None of them are the same. I just do some swirls, and then when I feel like it, I add in a pumpkin, and it was just a lot of fun to quilt. Through experimentation and quilting different things, I found that I kind of prefer doing just an all-over soft design on my quilts versus something super dense and geometric. I'm not good at the geometrics, and so I like doing these kind of swirly, like loose quiltings on my quilts. And I love how the pumpkins turned out. And of course, they fit our Pumpkinville theme. Once I was done quilting it, it was time to do the bind. I used a darker green print from the Cinnamon and Cream line for my binding, and I love it. I think it would also look great if you did an orange or even one of those darker oranges from that line as well. And then let's talk about the label that we added to the back. So I always add my labels at the very end, and I either do one of two things. I either put it in the binding, so where you have the little tab labels. This one I actually sewed to the back of the quilt. This label is from my Sweetwater Tag subscription. I will put a link on where you can get to their website below, but every month they send out fun personalized labels for you to use on your projects. I did mount my label onto some white fabric first so that you couldn't see the print behind the label because they are a little bit see-through-y. And so I put it on the white fabric first, and then I put it onto that orange fabric, and then I sewed that whole thing on to my quilt. And yes, I just used my machine to stitch it on so you can see it from the front just a little bit, but I don't think anybody ever really notices. It doesn't bother me to do it that way, but if it does bother you, you can also hand stitch those labels on as well. And then of course the background for this was my standard Moda Bella Solid 9900-97. And I think that's about it for the quilt version of Pumpkinville. Now you know that I had to do a cross stitch of this as well because it is so cute. So here is what the cross stitch version looks like of the pumpkins. Now I used just a white 14 count Aida for my background so that it would kind of match with my quilt, and then I used all DMC floss. The Pumpkinville cross stitch finishes at about 6 inches by 6 inches square if you're using that 14 count Aida. If you change your fabric size, obviously that would change the finished size of your project. And then you can either frame it or you can mount it on some kind of a square board or display. So that's going to be it for my Pumpkinville release. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can get both the cross stitch and the quilt pattern at my store at store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com, and you can just search Pumpkinville. I'll also put a link for both below this video. And then if you make either of these projects, make sure to share them with me on social media. I'll put my links for those below as well, and you can use the hashtag PumpkinvilleQuilt or hashtag PumpkinvilleCS. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this new quilt release. I hope you're going to have as much fun making it as I did, and I can't wait to see your finished projects. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you like this video and this quilt pattern, make sure to thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming fun, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video releases. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.